Welcome to the Yes to Life show, the channel for healthy and delicious vegan fitness recipes. My name is Samuel and today you are learning how to make a delicious chocolate cream made with sunflower seed butter, dates and oat milk. If you haven't checked out our video on how to make sunflower seed butter, make sure to head over there. But basically what you need is around 1 to 2 cups of sunflower seed butter. You can use any type of nut butter that you want. It doesn't really matter, but sunflower seeds are just cheap, they're easily available, and you can make it yourself at home. Now what we do is we want to combine it with cocoa powder, with oat milk and with dates. I have soaked the dates before, so they're more mushy. And now what I want to do first is I want to blend them separately so I don't have many date chunks left. And then we blend everything together. So for now I add the dates in here. And the longer you soak them, the better. This has been now maybe like 2 hours. You might even go for like 4 or 6. And the dates just give this really nice, almost caramel-like sweetness without having to add any refined sugar. Bit of the water. Now we blend that. Oh, here it is. You might have to shake it a little bit because it will be very sticky. Now we can add a little bit of liquid if it doesn't really blend that well. I will add some of the oat milk from later. Continue blending. Yeah, we are getting to a sort of date paste. Just a tiny bit more and then I'll do it once more. So actually skip my initial advice, add the oat milk directly to the dates. That's probably the best idea. Now we have this date paste, not sure if you can see it. It's like this, right? It still has tiny chunks, but that's okay. Now we have to add everything to a food processor or blender. I use a food processor, so the nut butter goes in there, as well as our date paste, which is very creamy right now. And just in general, whenever you want to prepare a dessert, but you don't want to add sugar, you can always kind of make your own date paste, just like I did before, just to add some sort of natural sweetness. I think you still shouldn't eat hundreds of dates each day, but it's probably a better alternative than regular sugar. The cocoa powder and then the oat milk. And we might have to use more oat milk. It depends a little bit on the consistency on how it will turn out. The reason I use oat milk now is because it has a very nice flavor which goes great in this dessert setting. If you want it to be more high in protein and a little less sweet, go for soy milk. That's another great alternative. Stop and see how the consistency is. You might have to scrape down the sides as well. No, but this looks great so far. I think I will blend it one more time and then we're good to go. Depending on how much nut butter or how much oat milk you add, of course you can play around with the consistency. The way that I've set it up right now is actually very light, fluffy and creamy. And if you would add more butter, a little less milk, then it would be a little thicker and heavier. Now, the last thing that you have to do, you see how creamy it is? It already looks incredibly delicious and it has this tasty chocolate smell. Now, we take our dough scraper, of course, again, and we make sure that we get all of that cream, add it back into the blender, food processor in this case, just like that. And then you would add it into a glass jar or a bowl or whatever you have at hand and keep it in the fridge so it can cool down, because then the consistency will actually become better. It will be a little thicker, but still sort of light and fluffy, which is really nice. And you want to make sure that you find a glass where you can put a lid on top. Now, don't eat all of this in one go. It's more sort of for several occasions, or if you have several people over and you add this, I don't know, either as a sort of mousse au chocolat type of cream, or you add it on top of, I don't know, breakfast bowls or on top of another dessert to garnish it with a chocolate cream. It's a sort of very simple to do, kind of healthy because you only have dates, sunflower seeds and oat milk, and very delicious chocolate cream. Now this would go into the fridge for at least 4 hours, preferably 6 hours, and then you're ready to eat it. Another great way where you could eat it is that, for instance, if you like bread and you want to have something sweet on top, but you don't want to go for a jam or so from the store because packed with sugar, you can make your own chocolate cream and then spread it on top of a bread as well.